Hi guys, it's been a while. I'm gonna try to do a video for you. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm thinking of making zombie feet for my Halloween diorama. I will insert a little clip of the Halloween diorama so that you can be reminded of that. But I'm going to make little feet, like zombie feet, to place into the substrate like it's coming out of the ground. So I haven't really focused too much on a plan, but it's kind of self-explanatory anyway. It's not that hard. But what I'm going to do is use air dry clay, this kind of clay. It's Sculpey something or other. Let's see. Super Sculpey, and it's kind of flesh toned. It's going to be painted though. We're going to be using some skewers, wooden skewers. I'm going to cut them. And then of course we have all the paints. We have black, we have brown, we have like kind of a mossy color. Let's turn the light on. Ooh, okay. White, of course, and then some funky apple green. Oh, parakeet. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Didn't even notice that. I love parakeets. Okay. So what I think, we need, I'm going to use this foam air dry clay for the feet, I think. But if I change my mind in the middle of the project, please forgive me, because this takes 24 to 48 hours to dry. But I like the flexibility and stuff of it. However, the baking is really quick and I get to show you faster, so let's just start by cutting and doing this other stuff, and then we'll decide. We'll come back to that. So let me put the foam out of the way. I'm going to plug in my glue gun. Here's my glue gun. You'll need to have this heating up, unless you can use your favorite glue. You don't really need to use your glue gun if you don't want to. I'm just going to use it because it's quick and convenient. I have these clay cutting tools. They have little ways to cut them, and I'm thinking that I'm going to have the flesh being torn by one of these edges here. You could simply just tear it with your hands, but I think this might give it a cool effect. So, but you don't have to use it. That's just an option. Okay, so here's my favorite spade tool. This is what we're going to use to cut the dowels. So let's take the dowels. Now these are really long skewers. I only need a certain portion of it. I would say, here, let me close this and think about this for a second. You can hear my birds down there. I apologize if it's annoying to you. I would say, let's see. This is about 2.5 inches. I'd say about 2.5 inches will be good. We'll have to check on that later, but yeah. Okay. Now we're just going to line this one up with that one, like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course. Okay, we'll save these for a later project. And we wanted to keep the pointy part, because this is, can you see? Where's the camera? Sorry. I'm going to keep the pointy part because that's the part that's going to go in the substrate. Okay, so let me put this away. Okay. These. Okay, so we're going to want to paint these black. You can use a marker or paints. If you don't feel like dealing with paintbrushes, I would say just use a Sharpie or something. I think that's what I'm going to do just for fun. You could always use the black paint if you want to. Grab a Sharpie here. I put all my Sharpies. Haha, found it. One sec. So, yeah, I'm just going to take my Sharpie and feel free to fast forward through all this. But yeah, we're going to put clay around these sticks. But when you're looking through the stick, you know, like through the bone and the flesh that we're going to be putting on here, you're going to want it to be dark. You don't want to see the wood through it. So I'm just coloring them black. Like I said, feel free to use paint if you want to. Can you see this? Sorry. And it doesn't have to be perfect at all. It's spooky season, guys. Our favorite. Well, my favorite. I don't know if it's your favorite or not, but I love spooky season. It goes by too fast, I gotta tell you. But I've been watching some scary movies already. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll come back for the tip of that in a minute. I'm going to turn this light off. It's so bright. I'll turn it back on in a sec. Oh, that's so much better on my eyes. Ooh, I couldn't see. It's so bright, I couldn't look at the camera and see what I was doing. So let me put this down so you can see better. I almost feel like a paintbrush would have been quicker now that I thought that the marker would be quick, but kind of not because it's small. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, though. So at least we know this won't chip off like paint would. So I've been working on my workshop. We had some home improvements and we had to shove some stuff in here from downstairs, and it's just overflowing with stuff, which is so stressful, and I've been trying to get that all straight and get my workshop back. So if you see a mess all over the place, just understand that's why. Okay, let's let that dry just for a sec, and then we'll come back and do the tips. Not important, you don't really need to do the tips, but I am going to do it. So what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna make two little, what do you call it, little snakes of the clay to represent bone, and sort of push them against here, sort of strategically around these sticks, and then bake it. And then I was thinking I would use the foam clay for the flesh because it's squishy and might look a little better, but I don't know. I don't want to wait 48 hours. I was kind of hoping to get this up this evening, so we'll see how it shakes out. So let's take this again, since that's probably dry. Do the tips. Yeah. Perfect. I will, like I said, take a quick video of the diorama. If you want, there are videos on my channel of the spooky tree. That's what I'm referring to, the diorama I'm referring to. Okay, my fingers are turning black now, so forgive the dirty hands if you don't mind. Okay. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna get I use diaper wipes to wash my hands when I do crafts. What do you guys use? They're just quick, they're already dampened, and they work. So, just put this over here. I hope you guys are happy and shiny and life has been treating you well. Are you happy that it's fall now? Because I am. I sure am. I'm cleaning my hands. Get this black off, and I think I'll do that. I guess I can't do it here. Maybe a little. How weird am I cleaning my craft area? Okay. Now, let's... I think I'm going to show you something really quick. Okay, I'm going to use this foam. For things to dry on. This just came from, I think, some live fish or something, and they use these to keep the animals warm for my son. So I keep a lot of stuff, but this is coming in handy. So, okay, now let's just get out some clay and condition it a little bit with our hands. This might take a little while, especially if your hands are weak like mine. My hands are a little weak. I do have a spaghetti, pasta machine sitting right next to me, about 3 inches away from my shoulder. But currently it has a doll project sitting on top of it, so I'll just have to condition it with my fingers. So let's see. I've been thinking a lot about my channel, and being a YouTuber is confusing for me. I've had my channel for a year or two, something like that, but it's been inactive here and there because I just can't quite figure out what I want my channel to be about, because my dreams are, I love making puppets. I would like to integrate dioramas and miniatures and also doll customizing. But I know that to have a successful channel, you kind of need to stay focused. And I don't have that kind of brain. I really wish I did. I know a lot of people say that, but I don't know. I don't know how people choose one thing. I really can't get my brain to go that way. I wish I could. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to integrate all of that on one channel without people getting overwhelmed. And myself getting overwhelmed, because I get overwhelmed just thinking about it. And I know it sounds easy, like, well, just pick your favorite. Pick your favorite one. Well, the thing is I love doing 1,000,001 crafts. Like, I love doing a lot of things. I love doing junk journaling. I love crocheting. I just love so many things, and I just can't see myself devoting all day, every day to just one thing. There's so many things I like to do, so I'm just really confused. My favorites are puppets. In a perfect world, I'd have a channel just devoted to making puppets. You know, like Jim Henson type puppets. I'm conditioning this still, by the way. And then a whole other channel for doll customs, because I do realize that that's the formula for success, is to pick one thing and make your channel centered around that thing. Because then there's no confusion about what my channel is going to be about. But I'm struggling with getting myself to do that, to pick one thing. I don't know. Because, oh my gosh, I love dioramas and I love miniatures. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm struggling with this a little bit, guys. So please hang in there with me while I try to figure it out. Because my channel might change a couple times here and there. But I absolutely love having you here, though. And I'm working on it. I'm working hard in my head on what to do. Trying to figure it out. And I love dolls, of course, but not everybody loves dolls. And sometimes when I do doll videos, I lose subscribers. And then sometimes when I do craft videos, I lose the doll subscribers. It's confusing. I don't know. And then on the other hand, I can just hear sweet people saying, well, just do what makes you happy. Who cares what other people think? Yeah, I love that. That's really sweet and awesome. But I also want to I want to make the audience happy. I don't want to just worry about me, you know? So, okay, now that I've talked your ear off, I am going to make 4 pieces like this, okay? Because the legs have 2 long bones that kind of are fused together, and then there's muscle intertwined and all that kind of stuff. At least that's what I've come to understand. So I'm going to make 4 of these, and we're going to carefully attach them 2 here, 2 here, okay? So I think we've already kind of... Doesn't have to be perfect, of course, because this is a zombie, and of course they've had time to decay. So, all right, let's cut this in half. Actually, hang on. Let me just do this a little bit more perfect than that. 1 sec. Okay. Oops. Just going to roll it out, and then I'm going to double it and cut it. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. We are going to paint these bones kind of a whitish color. I just got black paint on here, but that's okay. Actually, I could probably pick it out. Put it over here. Okay. Let's fold it in half. I'm about to sneeze, guys. How's everybody doing? Anybody have a cold or the flu, like right when October started? My whole family got sick about that time. I escaped it. Don't know how. I guess because I'm the mom. But yeah, I don't know. All right, now we're gonna just put we're going to bake this after we're done wrapping the 2 bones. That's not quite how I pictured it. Let's see. Let me just give this a good think here. Yeah, this isn't working out the way I wanted. Hold on. Let me try this again, okay? I'm going to put you on pause, and I'll be right back. Okay. I think that's good enough. See? I think that's good. We'll bake it like that. Let's do the second one. All I did, since I did that off camera, all I did was roll it. That. Okay, then I took the stick and I just pressed it into the clay. That. And then I took the other piece and just pressed it down, sort of like a hot dog, and hoped that the 2 pieces will come together somewhat in a nice, neat way. And we can call those bones, okay? I'm not going to get on myself too much about it. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Okay? Pretty cool? Like this. And now we're going to go bake these. All right, so I shall be right back, and I will show you that process really quick. Be right back. Okay, we have our little legs in here. We have our temperature set and our minutes. So we're going to close the door, and we'll be back as soon as it's done. Baking bones. So Halloween. You guys want to see my workshop a little bit? It's extremely packed. I'm working on it, guys, so please don't judge. So here's over by my oven. Well, here by my oven, I have a whole bunch of like things I use. Don't worry, this is not hot. The body of it isn't hot at all, so this stuff over here is not gonna catch on fire, but I do check. Over in the corner, I have boxes and boxes of dolls, fashion dolls, for like doll customs and stuff. Over here I have fabrics and glues and lace and ruffles and stuff. There's my Tooth Fairy Barbie. You're so pretty. Love her. Let's see. So, well, here, I'll look this way. Whoops. Back here were some of my tutus that I've made on the door. Dolls, stuff I sell. Ukulele. Some dolls. My 3D printer. Some other bits and bobs, dolls and stuff. It's my project that I'm still not done with. Yeah, so I glued those to the monitor. Spaceship. This is the messy part because of all the wires. I try though. Try to get it neat. Come over here. Here's my desk. It looks messier than it is over there. It is messy, but that's just because I've been actually organizing this room, and you know how it goes when you have to take everything out to organize it, so that's what I'm doing. That's the problem. Here's a lot of my tool. 3D printer stuff, Cricut. Here's my stuff I brought out for this video. Yeah, it's super messy, but I'm working on it, I promise. I promise. And I'll show you when it's all done. It's going to take a while, though. Yeah. There's tools over here in those boxes. Projects. Under there are some shelves. I'll show you my Muppets area here. That little light burned out, but there's usually a light in there. It's my little Muppets with Beaker and Bunsen. Let's see. I love 80s stuff, by the way. 80s girl, so. Gudetama. These are all the like storage things, you know, that you can put stuff in, obviously. My family is on that photo down there. There's me and my son. Yeah, so there's my Xbox setup right there. Yeah, it's really messy. I'm very sorry. I hope you don't think less of me. I am working on it, and this is a small room, I should say. It's a really small room, so everything I own is in this room that, you know, is not my husband's, basically. See? So, yeah. But I think our bones might be done. Let's see. Almost done. Okay, so when they're done, I'll take them out and show you what they look like, and then we'll paint them, okay? Alright guys, talk to you in a minute. There's one thing I forgot to say. Another reason this workshop is packed for the time being is because I run my business from this room too. So, yeah, please don't judge. Oh, please. I know you guys won't because you're super sweet, but it's a little embarrassing. I'm trying really hard to pare down the clutter, I promise. But yeah, here we go. We're almost done. I'm trying to get that bing. That would be really cool if it would happen soon. I've been waiting. Come on. Here's the Great Wall O Care Bears. Okay. Oh, there's some yarn and stuff I use for my crocheting and stuffing for dolls. Tutu making. Some resin. Yeah. Almost there. I will cut this out of the video. Oh, here's a thing of fabric. This thing's full of fabric. So is that thing. Come on. Haha, got it. Okay, be right back. There we go. And now we're just going to let it cool. And then we're going to paint them. Okay? Silicone tongs. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, dropped them both. Okay. Okay, be right back. Here they are. We're just going to let them cure by cooling. And then again, if you don't want to use paintbrushes for your paint, you can use a Q-tip or a paper towel or something, even your fingers. I may consider using a Q-tip because I really don't feel like dealing with paintbrushes at the moment, to be honest with you. So I shall be right back once I figure out what I'm doing. Be right back. Okay. These are cured. What I thought I would do is I'm gonna take, let's see, not an awl. Where's there? I am looking for my X-Acto knife. Here it is. Okay, I think we're gonna use a wash after we paint it white. We're gonna use a wash on these bones. So in order for the wash to look, a black wash, to make the bones look muddy. So I'm just going to kind of mar it a little bit. Mar them. I don't want to break it. This is clay after all. But we're just going to put some scratches. Because they've been in the ground, you know? Doesn't matter if it gets chipped, though. We just don't want to break it. Excuse me. But yeah, we want to mar it a bit so we can put, like, we can use the dark wash to, you know, show that it's been in the mud and, you know, kind of thing. Let's see. Okay. I like it. This was a last minute idea and I dig it. I think it's a great idea. Just be careful you don't chip it off because you'll have to glue it. Okay. And now just kind of a general marring. You know, because bones do decay after a few years, I think. Yeah, so just scratch it up as much as you want. Let's get this one. I've been watching The Dumbest Show. I watch all of them too because they're so crazy dumb that I have to watch it. It's one of my guilty pleasures. Love is Blind. Oh boy. Oh boy. That show is something else. I would never go back to my 20s. Even if you paid me $1 billion, I wouldn't go back to my 20s. Maybe a couple billion, but 20s, 30s, whatever. Let's see. Oops. Okay. And again, make sure that your legs are cured before you do this. I just am so proud of myself for not breaking them already, because I was so sure I was going to do that. Let's just do a little. Okay. It's marred enough, I would say. If you wipe off the white, you can feel the bumps where the black will go. Black wash. Just a little bit more. I'm pushing my luck here, guys. I know I am. I better stop while I'm ahead. Yeah, I'll stop while I'm ahead. Now, I don't know how deep I'm going to put these in the substrate. It's probably going to end up being way deeper, and it'll probably come to like right there. Something like that. But we just wanted extra just in case. All right, the next step is, well, you could do it however you want, but instead of making the feet yet, I'm going to paint this first and then the feet. But you could do the feet first and then glue it on and paint all you want, whichever you're more comfortable with. And I am using the Q-tip method because I don't want to deal with washing a paintbrush because I have to leave the house in about 30 minutes. So, okay. Just put a little. Oh, I should have shaken it, huh? It's okay. Let me put away my handy dandy X-Acto knife. Okay. Zoom in. Now, because the clay is like a tan color, you don't really need to add much color to it because I'm letting the tan kind of shine through. However, if you'd like to give it a more yellowy look, feel free to add yellow or green or brown to change the bone color. Totally up to you. This is like one of those projects. Sorry, I keep going off camera. Hang on. This is one of those projects that it's just fun and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And it just looks really cool because it does look like it's decaying. They're old bones. So there's that. Okay. Might want to make it a little whiter. And we are going to have flesh on this bone as well as the feet. So we're going to have the feet, and then we're going to have like little broken pieces of flesh on the bones. So there's a nice little cohesiveness to the project, okay? Okay. This one. Sorry for doing the lazy method, guys. For some reason, cleaning paintbrushes sort of drives me a little nuts. And I just didn't feel like messing with it at the moment. These are acrylic paints, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it just stresses me out. I'm weird like that. Okay. Now, when after this dries, you can scrape up the bones a little bit more through the paint. That will give it a nice illusion. Okay, so we're gonna let those dry. You see how there's like a chalkiness to it? There's like a chalky look because the bones are decaying, so that's pretty neat. I like that. Okay, and now we're gonna let that dry. Then we're gonna mark it up a little more, and then we can start to think about our feet. Okay, so let's let this dry and we'll be right back. Okay, here's the spooky tree diorama that I was telling you about. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do like the zombie feet somewhere. Maybe by the cauldron. Let's see, wait. Maybe by the fire. I'll have to put the cauldron back. I had one here. But yeah, so yeah, this is where I'm going to put the spooky feet. You know what I was thinking before we move on? We could also do zombie hands. And now that we're on the topic, there are lots of ways we can make feet and hands. I was thinking clay, but I'm also thinking there's a technique where you can use toilet paper and white glue with, like I would take wire first, like really thin wire, and make the fingers like spooky wooky, and then you'd mix white glue with the toilet paper. It would take a while to dry, but that's okay. Or we could do clay and just bake it, which is a lot faster. But one is cost effective, the toilet paper and the glue, which I think is fun. And it turns into like a paste, it's really, really good. It's really awesome. I've seen lots of people use that technique. I wish I could think of who. I've seen it so many times, I just don't know who I've seen it. I think, oh my gosh, who's that sweet lady who does the Beetlejuice dioramas, miniatures? Bentley House? Is that her name? I believe. Yeah, I don't want to say her name incorrectly. It's a beautiful name. I think it's Ira or Ara. But yeah, I've seen her do it. Make characters with it. And other people as well. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. Should we do the toilet paper, which would take a while? Or the clay? Or maybe both? But I really wanted to have this video out for you tonight. I don't know. I guess we'll soon find out, guys. Both are fun techniques. I could always do... I have another video in mind that I wanted to use the toilet paper technique. So I guess we'll save it for that then. Yeah, never mind. We'll just do clay for the feet/hands. Should we do feet or hands? Maybe we could do 1 foot and 1 hand. Like he's coming out of the ground, kind of like, oh, with his feet. And, 1 foot and 1 hand, just sort of... You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fun. Okay, well, let's move on to the next phase, guys. Be right back. Okay, so I started with the foot. I just wrapped, if you can see that, I just wrapped some clay around the bones. It's very raw. I'm not like done or anything, but I just took a ball of clay and pressed it into the top here. Then I used my X-Acto knife to carve out little toes, just very imperfect. And then I bent the clay up like that. So now I'm just working on the foot. And it doesn't have to be perfect, remember, because it is a zombie after all. So if you mess up, it's okay. But this is his foot so far. I'm trying to... This is very thin clay. So I need to let it get cold every now and again. So I'm just sort of... Let's see. Yeah, it's getting there. Okay, so we're gonna do a foot, I think, like that, and I think we'll do a hand as well. We're gonna do the hand the same way. I'm not very good at making hands, but I will give it my best shot for you guys. So here's the foot so far. Not a good looking foot. And we'll be painting these too. But let's see here. Sorry. See if we can get it closer. I don't like the way it is. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut it more. Let's see. Do a little insole. You know, the arch. Arch there. Okay, one sec. Let me just define the toes a little bit more and I'll show you. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. Let me do some little nails. That's not too bad. Put in some little nails with the tip of this X-Acto knife here. That little toe is pointy. We don't want that. So funny. Oops. That's not too shabby. Let me see if I can find my little clay tools here with the little knobs on the end. No, I just had them. There we go. Okay. I'm going to use this tool to make little toenails. So let me see if I can position this so you can see me better. So I'm going to use it to make little toes. Like toenails, sorry. It's not really necessary, I don't think. Yeah, let's not worry about that. We don't need to go that far. So far, this is the zombie foot. I think that looks like a decayed foot, honestly. I think I might bake it like that. Because it looks like the skin's falling off, you know? Okay, one sec. Let's see. Go. Just tear it up. Alright, I like that. I'm gonna bake it on there like that. We have glue, remember, so if it comes off, that's okay. Let's just put this foot down. And we need to work on our hand. Let's see what time it is. I have to go in 20 minutes. Let's see. So for the hand, we're gonna do the same thing. But for the hand, we're gonna make a cool little kind of like zombie hand look. So let's grab some clay, Sculpey, a little bit more than the foot because we're going to do like the arm flesh coming off. Soften it. If you wanted to color the clay before baking, you could always add paint, acrylic paint, or any kind of colorant that you want to use. It depends on you and your taste. I thought about doing that, but there's no need because I'm just going to paint over it anyway. So let's get this conditioned. Okay, I'm going to finish this and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to put this on top. It's not going to stick very well, so be prepared to kind of finagle. Pull some of the flesh down. Okay, let me move this stuff. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to hold this and do like a palm. Okay. It's starting to come off the bone, so just, you know, be patient. Now I'm going to use, I'm stabbing myself with that. Yeesh. I want to do fingers real quick. So, let's see. 1, 2. So that makes 6. Oh, my bad. Okay, wait. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me get the pinky out more. Let's see. Separate them more. This is going to take a little bit of work to do the hand for me. It looks ugly right now, but it'll come out, don't worry. Okay. Let's see. Thumb. Shoot. One sec, guys. Palm. See, it's sort of taking shape. Remember, if it's ugly, that's okay because it's a zombie. Doesn't matter. Let's just have fun. Oh, I like that. I kind of like that. All weird and oh, that looks dumb on that side. Let's fix that, okay? Mm-hmm. That's starting to look kind of cool. It looks all gross. What do you think? It's kind of a large hand. We don't really want that. Too bad. Now we're going to push the clay into the bone so it's skinny. Whoops, it stays. And it looks really cool too. Kind of make it look, you know, like it's falling off. Is that too large? Is that too large? I don't think so. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, it's getting there. is the... What do you think? Pretty cool? Ideally, I want the fingertips to be longer, but I want the clay to cool a bit because it's so soft right now that... Shoot. See, I'm messing it up now. There we go. Well, I think that looks pretty cool. You guys think? I was hoping the pointer finger would be a little bit longer. Let's see. It's not too bad. Okay. It does look funky. I like it because it, you know, it's a zombie and it's all broken and everything. The foot... Yeah. Okay, we're gonna bake these and then come back. Okay, let's mess up the skin here. Let's do a little flesh tear here. Okay. And okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's bake it. Be right back. Okay, guys. So, I started painting after I baked the hand and the foot. I'm painting with a Q-tip, and I'm just sort of like dabbing the paint on. I'm not even making it perfect. I just want it to show normal flesh with zombie flesh. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure I'm happy with the foot as far as the size and everything, but I'm just going to go for it at this moment. I might change it later, though. See, I'm not making it perfect or anything. Kind of want to... We already know this, but I wanted to kind of allude to the I used to be human type of thing with the flesh color. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Let that dry in streaks. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know about the foot. I don't know if I'm happy with the foot, but it's easily fixable. That's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I really like that. The idea of a little bit of human flesh, a little bit of zombie flesh. Pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, that's really neat. And we're also going to do the dark wash as well. The color I'm using is this right here. Italian Sage Folk Art. Super cheap stuff. So I like it. Let's let that dry. Could blow dry it, but oops, sorry about that. I was thinking of making the foot a little bigger. Let's get the top of this foot better painted. But if I end up thinking that it's too small or something, I can just put more clay over it. There we go. I don't know. Also, we could add a little moss to these feet, too. I was thinking we could do that. So, let's put the bone in the dirt. Let them dry. The bones might be too long. Depends on what substrate you're going to be placing it in. If so, you can just take an X-Acto knife and, you know, trim it down, or trim it down with your spade tool. I love you. No thank you, babe. I'm making a video right now. Okay, sorry about that. That was my hubby. I'm upstairs. He doesn't know what I'm doing right now, so. Okay, I will be back as soon as this dries, guys. Be right back. Okay, guys. Now for the dark wash. I have water, and I just put it in one of these little cups. And now I'm going to use probably brown. And we're only going to use a little bit, and we're going to dump it in here. Okay, I'm sure that's enough. And we can use our Q-tip. Hang on. You want it to be really, really, really watery, because we're just filling in the holes that we created earlier. We might need to darken this up. We'll find out soon enough. Just keep stirring, mix it up. It's a little gross. Okay. I think, yeah, we'll put maybe a little dollop of black in there. Just a teensy bit. Yeah, that's good. We don't want it to cover anything. We just want it to creep into those little crevices we made. All right, let's just see if we can, that's weird, drip some down like this. Okay. Don't want to paint it. Just want it to look filthy. If you see some stuff pooling or whatever, try to remove it. Or leave it, but yeah, you don't want it to look fake. We're trying to do a little bit of realism-ish. In a rustic sort of way. Okay. Oops. No! I guess that's could add to the charm. Okay, let's see. Move this carefully. It's over here. Okay. It's looking pretty cool. I like this though. I thought I would, but no. Take it off. See? Because you know, this person's been in the ground for a long time. To build up on the hands here. We're going to do this a couple times probably. See how it's getting in the creases? You guys know all this stuff already, I'm sure. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll let that dry, and then we'll do it again. It's looking pretty cool, if you ask me. You want those paint particles to fall in those cracks. Okay. See how the little things that we drew with our X-Acto knife, we cut out little pieces and now you can really see them. Look. See that? How cool is that? Okay. All right, let's let that dry. Stir up my black paint some more here. Okay, be back in 1 second. Movie magic. Okay, we're back. And I think these are looking really good. I'm going to do another layer of dark. And then we can add moss. What I was thinking was if you make a mistake in scale, which I am very likely to do, and I obviously did here, you can always take the foot and put it somewhere else on your diorama to suggest that it's two different zombies of different sizes. So that's what I'll be doing. Oops. But yeah, as soon as we're done putting a second coat of a dark wash, we're going to add moss and then we'll be done. Okay? So let's get a little dark wash going again. Stir. In case the paint settled. Okay. Okay. Because, you know, this could be mud. This could be rot. It could be anything spooky. Okay, just make sure it doesn't look like paint is all I'm suggesting. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is super fun. It's coming out better than I thought it would. Thought would. In those little cracks there. Okay. Just have fun. Just have fun. Took me a long time to... I shouldn't say that, because I was going to say, you know, just enjoy the process. Don't worry about it being perfect, but I still worry about that sort of thing. I try not to, though, but it is most important that you're just enjoying yourself. It's your creation. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dry with the power of movie magic. We'll be right back, but what I'm going to do is pause the video and blow dry it and come right back to you, okay? Here we go. Real quick, I'm going to highlight some cracks with black paint. So I'm just putting a little dab on the foil, and I'm taking a toothpick. And I'm going to draw in this little spot here. I can... Don't put too much on. Let me, there you go. Just gonna let's see. I think I messed up a little. No, there's no such thing. I will not say that. Okay. Whoopsie. Got caught on there. Alright. Take the toothpick again, and I want to get this little spot right there. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's hard to keep your hand still. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. All right, perfect. I'm going to blow dry this, and then we'll come back. What I wanted to do was highlight those little lines to, you know, accentuate the hand a little bit more. And now what we're going to do is glue moss or any kind of substrate you have around the house, like, for example, old tea leaves that you know, that have expired or whatever. You can get some from Amazon, you know, just whatever you want. From outside even, you can grab some, you know, fall leaves and stuff like that. Totally up to you. I'm going to try to match the substrate that I have in my diorama, obviously. So let me go grab that, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here we are. Here's the substrate that I use in my diorama. It's just moss I got from Amazon. And now you can take any glue, white glue, whatever you want, but for the purposes of the video, I'm going to use hot glue. Okay. probably a little much. Whoops. Let's see. Ow! Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Sorry, I got hot glue on my finger and that was unexpected. One sec. Let's see. Yeah, that was a little burny. Whew, that hurt. My goodness. This one little piece. Right here. So there you have it, guys. You can do it in any way you want. I just did it quickly for the video. I kind of like what the hot glue looks like. It kind of looks like, you know, kind of rotting flesh, maybe. Yeah. So there you have it. And the next part of the video, I'm going to show you what these look like in the diorama that I already have. So, if you are new to my channel, I really appreciate you being here. If you'd like to see me making more videos, please follow or subscribe, excuse me, and hit the like and click the little bell, because then you'll be able to know when I put up another video. And I hope you have a really ooky spooky Halloween. Okay guys, I'll show you the next part and then we'll be done. Okay, here's the diorama I made last year. Or the year before, one of those. Here's the zombie hand we made. I think I'll probably put it more at an angle. My hot glue boo-boo really hurts. Goodness gracious. Here's a pumpkin. Up here is where you put the flickering candle type thing so that it shows through the eyes. Made this out of foil and clay and paint. Let's see. Made these out of clay and twine. Here's a fire pit. Witch's fire pit. Clay mushrooms with fabric. Little mini fire pit and a cauldron. Witch's cauldron. This doesn't look very pretty outside for some reason this time of day. I'm not sure why, but. And then here you put, there's a candle underneath. And this all lights up. I made this out of foil and paint. That's it. And glitter. Some more pumpkins. And I think I put... Oh yeah, I put a... oh, these are popsicle sticks. And I used a wood burning tool to kind of mar up the wood. Then I painted it with black and then some gray. Right here I made a little... staff, a witch's staff out of clay and foil. Oh, and I forgot to show you the foot that we made. Shoot, where is he? There he is. Put him over here. Kind of an unfortunate place for him to emerge. Probably move him. Yeah, the lighting is strange right now. It's about 11:30 in the morning. So yeah, there's the foot. This tree is made out of foil, white glue and paper towel. There you go. We'll probably add maybe a tombstone or something. Seems to be something that would go well with the zombie hand. This just isn't showing the cool hand the way I want it to. There you go. See how the flesh looks torn? Pretty cool. See if I can... Oh, it's a little better. There you have it. So that was super fun. I'll send another picture at some point, maybe in the community tab, to show you what the tree looks like at night, because this lighting sure isn't doing it any justice. I'm not sure why. I thought taking it outside would be a great idea, but anyway, thank you guys for watching my video and being patient with me. It's been a while, and I'm a little rusty. I very much apologize. Yeah, it just doesn't look pretty out here, so I'll just stop. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll put out another video very soon because I have a couple ideas. So talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Have a ooky spooky Halloween. Bye. There's a little zombie foot. If you can see his little toes. See? Not too shabby. I probably will move him, but I think it looks pretty cool. Yep, my birdies say they'd like it too.